Listen, I'm going to say this once. If you stay till the end of this video, 99% of the chaos you're drowning in won't just make sense, it'll dissolve. Because what I'm about to share isn't motivation, it isn't fiction, and it definitely isn't some anime fantasy. This is real. This is raw. This is the truth you avoid because it demands you to become someone you've never dared to be. For 30 days, I attempted something most people shouldn't even think about. I tried living like Ayanokoji, not the cool, mysterious anime character everyone idolizes, but the psychological architecture behind him, the mentality, the emotional neutrality, the brutal self-control, the ability to think with silence and act with precision. And the results, they hit me harder than I expected. Because when you strip away comfort, noise, ego, and every illusion you've been carrying, you don't become Ayanokoji. You meet the version of yourself you've been running from your whole life. And that's when everything starts. The first thing I realized, most people don't actually want peace. They want noise that feels like peace. They want distraction that feels like comfort. They want dopamine that feels like confidence. When I began this 30-day transformation, I cut off everything that made me feel safe. Random scrolling, emotional reactions, replying instantly to texts, seeking validation, explaining myself, proving myself. And suddenly, silence wasn't peaceful anymore. It was heavy. It was exposing. Silence forces you to hear the truth about your life, and truth is uncomfortable. The modern world has sabotaged you so aggressively that sitting alone with your own mind feels like torture. But that's exactly where Ayanokoji's mindset begins. The ability to stay calm in a room full of your own demons. Most people can't do it for 3 minutes. I had to do it for 30 days. And something crazy happened. When you stop reacting, people start revealing things you never noticed. Their insecurities, their intentions, their patterns, their emotional leaks. When you become emotionally silent, the world becomes emotionally loud. And that's the first real superpower nobody tells you about. Detachment isn't cold. Detachment gives you the clarity that people who chase everything never get. And when I stopped explaining, stopped arguing, stopped proving I'm right, I realized people don't want truth. They want comfort. Ayanokoji never forces his view because the strongest person in the room doesn't need to be understood. He only needs to understand. The moment I applied this, everything shifted. Day 7 taught me the second secret, something only 0.1% understand. You don't solve problems by trying to fix them. You outgrow them. Ayanokoji doesn't fight obstacles. He becomes someone who can walk through them like they're nothing. And that's the truth most people can't handle. Your problems don't disappear because life gets easier. They disappear because you get too powerful for them. I realized the person I was at the start of this challenge wouldn't survive the life I wanted. I had to kill that version. Not gradually, not slowly, completely. The guy who cared what people thought died. The guy who needed noise died. The guy who reacted emotionally died. And in that psychological emptiness, a new version started forming. One that doesn't break under pressure because pressure becomes fuel. By day 15, another shift happened, the one that genuinely shocked me. My mind stopped begging for stimulation. No craving, no impulses, no mental itch to pick up my phone. For the first time in years, I could think without interruption. And that's when I understood Ayanokoji's real power. Most people's minds don't belong to them. They belong to notifications, emotions, opinions, and impulses. But when you detach, when you cut the invisible ropes holding you like a puppet, your mind becomes yours again. And the moment your mind becomes yours, your life becomes yours. On day 18, I faced the hardest part, emotional neutrality. Ayanokoji's biggest strength isn't being emotionless. It's choosing emotions consciously. You don't react. You decide. When someone provoked me, my mind didn't spike. When something went wrong, I didn't collapse. When someone tried to bring drama, I stepped back mentally instead of stepping into their chaos. Emotional discipline is the purest form of power, because if someone can trigger you, control you. On day 18, I faced the hardest part, emotional neutrality. Ayanokoji's biggest strength isn't being emotionless. It's choosing emotions consciously. You don't react. You decide. When someone provoked me, my mind didn't spike. When something went wrong, I didn't collapse. When someone tried to bring drama, I stepped back mentally instead of stepping into their chaos. Emotional discipline is the purest form of power, Because if someone can trigger you, control you, or manipulate you, you're not strong. You're predictable. And predictable people become tools. I refuse to be that anymore. By day 23, I unlocked another hidden layer, a realization that genuinely terrified me. When you become silent, strong, detached, and strategic, you stop chasing people, and suddenly, they start chasing you. Not because you're superior, but because your absence becomes louder than their presence. The world is filled with people who overshare, overreact, overthink, and over-explain. When you stop doing all that, you become a rare human. Rare things attract, rare things intimidate, rare things get respect without asking. And that's when it hit me. The world rewards quiet strength far more than it rewards loud effort. By day 28, I noticed something else. Something psychological experts hide because it gives you too much control. People show their entire personality in the first 3 seconds. Their eyes, their posture, their micro-reactions. When you observe instead of react, you can read people like open books. You see who's insecure, who's lying, who's pretending, who's trying to impress, who's trying to manipulate, and who's genuinely confident. Most people can't see this because their emotional noise blinds them. But when your mind becomes still, people become transparent. And still, people become transparent. And that's when social interactions stop being confusing and start becoming predictable. Finally, on day 30, everything collapsed into one truth. Becoming Ayanokoji isn't about copying him. It's about discovering the version of yourself that the world made you forget. The version that doesn't need validation. The version that doesn't break under pressure. The version that doesn't fear loneliness. The version that thinks clearly, chooses action strategically, and moves silently. When you strip away the layers of insecurity, addiction, fear, and noise, you don't find Ayanokoji. You find the strongest, calmest, most dangerous version of yourself. The version life was trying to bury under comfort and chaos. And that shocked me, because I realized something I wish someone told me years ago. You don't become powerful by adding things. You become powerful by removing what makes you weak. You don't become Ayanokoji by pretending. You become powerful by becoming unshakable. And unshakable isn't taught. It's trained. Silence, discipline, detachment, awareness, mastery. These 5 things can turn any normal human into a psychological fortress. So if you're watching this right now, understand this. You don't need a different life. You need a different mindset. You don't need to chase confidence. You need to eliminate the things that destroy it. You don't need to become Ayanokoji. You need to become the version of yourself that the world fears losing and people regret underestimating. And once you reach that level, your past self will feel like a stranger and your future self will feel inevitable. This wasn't a challenge. It wasn't an experiment. It was a rebirth. And it's one you're ready for, whether you accept it now or you accept it 30 days from today.